Hi everybody, welcome to Cricut and Beyond Bows, Headbands, and More. Today we're going to talk about sizing your bows. I know there's been a lot of questions about how do I do it, what am I looking for, and so I thought I'd put a video together for you guys. So let's just take a quick look at the anatomy of a bow. So we've got the loops that are going to go on it, and we've got the bow base. Bow base is usually the piece that your clip is going to go onto. And that's what we're measuring everything off of, is this size, the longest edge. Oh, of course, now my little, there we go. The longest side to the longest side of that bow is what we're looking to measure. And then you're going to have usually a bow band to go with it. So if you want a 4-inch bow, then you want this section right here, this longest part right here, to be 4 inches. But what you also want to do is make sure that you're keeping your loops and your bow band in proportion to that base itself. So let's look at how to do that. Let's go take a look at the scalloped bow that we have in our group. And this one actually has 2 different sizings already set up for you. So we've got this one that goes together, and then these 2 that go together. So I'm just going to delete these for now so that it's less confusing. So if you look at my bow base right now, let me drag it over so that you guys can see actually how big it is. There we go. And when I touch on it, it tells me it's just shy of 5 inches, and then it's just over 2 inches tall. Let's say I want to make this a 6-inch bow. If I were just to increase this part of the bow to 6 inches, then everything else is going to be out of proportion. Okay, as you can see, I'm having fun with my little mouse here today. All right, well, let's go up, and I can change it at the top if I want to. So let's say if I wanted that 6 inches, that's going to be out of proportion to these 2 pieces right here. So don't want to do that. Let's undo all of that. What I want to do is select all of these pieces together and then enlarge it. One thing that's helpful to me before I do that is to have the grid lines on your screen. I have them turned off on mine so that when I'm taking screenshots, I don't have that as a background. So to turn them on and off, if you go up in to the left of where it says Canvas and then drop down to Settings, you can have a full grid, a partial grid, or no grid. I'm going to turn mine back on so that we've got a full grid, and you can choose between inches and centimeters. Now, if you're doing this on your phone application, then it's down in the bottom corner. Scroll all the way to the right where it says Settings. Select that. You can turn it metric on and off, grid on and off, and the Smart Guides. I highly encourage leaving the Smart Guides on when you're using your phone application. It allows everything to snap to a grid. So take that out of the way. So I've got my grid on my canvas turned back on. Oh, of course it didn't come back on. So let's go back into settings and figure out what I didn't do. Let's take the no grid off. There we go. Okay. And now I can see where my inch marks are. So first step we want to do, make sure you've got your grid on. That's going to help you out a lot. Second thing we're going to do is use the Select All button. If you're a keyboard kind of person, you can use your keys to do a Select All as well. But it's just as easy to go up and hit the Select All right up at the top. It's going to put a box around everything that we're working with today. Over in the left-hand corner, make sure that this has a little lock on it. If it doesn't, if it's unlocked, go ahead and tap it to lock it. What that does is keeps everything proportional. If it's unlocked and you drag it, then it's going to end up longer or taller or wider than it's supposed to be. So put your Select All, make sure your lock is on, and then we want to drag the corner of the box. This is easier to do if you have a mouse, I will say that. Come on, don't fail me now. Okay, let's just do this with the mouse now. So I've got everything selected, and now I'm just going to drag the corner of my box. What I'm looking for is to see when this piece right here gets to be the size that I want the bow. So I think I said I wanted it 6 inches. Looks like I am pretty close there, because if I line it up with my grid, you can see from 0 to 6, or from 1 to 7, that would be 6 inches. So I'm just a little shy of it, so I'm going to go down and drag my box again until it touches that mark. There we go. So now my bow base is 6 inches, and I've kept these pieces in proportion to the base. So when I make it, everything's going to fit back together again. Hope that answers your questions about sizing on your bows. If you have any other questions, feel free to message me. Thanks, everybody.